I recently started watching the Pokemon X and Y anime, and I've got to say I've been really enjoying it so far. The first 6 episodes set up this series so well, like they're pretty much flawless, and how they show Ash's character and incorporating different storylines with Serena and Clement and Bonnie and of course Ash. And they hint away at some stuff that comes up later, like the Mega Blaziken, why Clement and Bonnie won't admit they're the Lumiose Gym City leaders, and Serena's memory of Ash and not being sure what to do next. Even Team Rocket didn't need to be in every episode, and they felt at least fresh and even a little bit more intimidating. It didn't last long, but yeah, it was just a super engaging, fresh start, and I want to talk more about all the cool stuff at the end of the video. But as I watched more and more, I couldn't help but notice just how many recycled Kanto episodes there were, and I would maybe let it slide if I hadn't watched the original seasons so recently. And I do recognize how difficult it is to just keep creating new ideas for episodes, but it was just so noticeable. Like the first time I noticed it was in the Rhyhorn race episode, which has Team Rocket cutting out the coverage screens and intervening, just like the Rapidash episode, which in my opinion is a better episode, more exciting. So I wasn't too bothered by the subtle similarities, as I think the Rhyhorn race episode is still unique enough with Serena's development having to be a teacher. And then I watched the Furfur episode, and again it didn't hinder my ability to enjoy the episode too much, but the similarities between the Kanto episode with Brock and Vulpix are just so eerily similar. Like Team Rocket has the exact same ploy, trying to rival the stylist to get Pikachu, but end up just getting Serena's Pokemon, and like having the two expert stylists again. I think the Kanto episode is just flat out better. But then I get to the Kindergarten's Chaos, which is just where I draw the line. And again, kindergarten is a pretty common thing in the games. Like there's a lot of preschool students, so it's not too surprising that it's depicted in the anime multiple times. But once I saw pretty much the same scenes, and there's like the same story with a kid in a corner who had a Pokemon experience that he just couldn't get off his mind. Like I just couldn't watch the rest of it. It's just so similar. Like I'm pretty sure Timmy or whatever his name is agreed to have a battle one day, and we still haven't seen him since. It's pretty weird to think about how many Pokemon trainers Ash has agreed to have a battle with that just never do. That's the small problem I've been having in the X and Y anime, which has otherwise been a great series so far, which I do want to discuss a little bit. All of the cool stuff that's happened so far, beginning with episode 1, where I really think it brings a great focus into Ash's character. Again, I came off watching the original, so it was pretty noticeable how much he had matured. I think this does get labeled as the most teenage iteration of him, and I think some of his best qualities come up in the earlier episodes, chasing that Garchomp all the way up to Prism Tower to calm it down, and then battling with Pikachu when it's blinded. Also when he loses to Violet, which was really surprising, by the way. A reason I do like the anime, because it makes their gym leaders much more formidable, and it obviously expands on their character more. Like I don't even really remember Alexa in the games, I don't even know if she was there. But Violet has a whole Ice Beam strat and just completely annihilates Ash with swagger and some camera puns that worked pretty well. But it's always cool when Ash does go for a loss like that, and he has to come up with some pretty crazy strategies to win. Like in this fight, he tells Pikachu to use Electro Ball on himself, which is just a crazy strategy. And apparently he got inspiration from Clement's machine exploding, like to do that instead of Pikachu falling asleep. It's just crazy strategy. Storylines before, and I think it works really well. Not only does it mirror the story of Pokemon X and Y, but it also gives a bit more of a reason for Serena to be traveling with Ash, and Clement and Bonnie also have a pretty cool backstory and involvements throughout the episodes with their father, and also having to face up against Clementbot, which was pretty funny. And I mean, Clement training Chespin and Bunnelby has been cool to watch too. Like, Bunnelby is just the coolest in this anime. Like, for some reason I just got inspiration to train a Bunnelby just from how Clement's been using it. Like, he doesn't even use any of his electric type Pokemon because they stay at the gym, unlike Brock, I guess, who just left it abandoned for like multiple years. Anyway, I've probably been rambling on enough. I could say a lot more. I think I'll leave that for another day. Yeah, thanks for watching.